Them people been on 93.
Oh, I thought maybe it was this guy and his friends.
All right, well, I stopped recording. I just have it live. So we're live on YouTube. This is KB2 UKA, 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we've been on 3997.5 for the last 20 some odd minutes.
KG4 WQQ.
W4 dealer. Did you guys hear on 40 this afternoon?
No, what happened?
I was just wondering if any of you guys were.
No, I was on 40 this morning, and then probably late morning, and then it was my mother's 77th birthday today. We spent about 4 or 5 hours there, and I just got home a little while ago.
Oh man, tell her happy birthday. God bless her. Yeah. No, there was some kind of contesting going on or something.
Yeah, station QRMing. What's your call sign?
It's like talking to Deadwood. I wouldn't even bother.
Yeah, it is, but this is definitely somebody who transmits around these frequencies. So I'm going to get your voice on YouTube, and we'll easily know your call sign. Go ahead. My call is KB2 UKA. Go look. You're live on YouTube.
Well, they get mic fright until I like you.
Oh, they don't like you, Richard?
Well, the guy said he was been on the frequency since 6 o'clock, and DJ come in here and there wasn't nobody in there saying anything, nobody talking. Well, you can't guard a frequency. That just don't work.
Well, I've been listening, so he wasn't down there since 6 o'clock. I was eating, and I had it down here, so.
Well, okay, we're good. Yeah, and I've been here, 25 minutes, 30 minutes? And there's been nobody in the band pass until about 10 minutes ago when they started in.
Well, it's not they. It's just one guy from when I'm here.
Right, yeah, it is one guy. It is one. And the guys that were right below us, it appears they moved, so they did the right thing.
Right.
What's up, Andy?
You really liking the G2 there, Doug?
I am. I'm liking what it did to the audio. It made the audio a little punchier. I have to calibrate the drive slider, Richard, which I have not done yet, but I have enough equipment here to do it. And so with the 7000, it wasn't full, right? It wasn't fully linear. If you were on 25, you didn't get 25 watts, but you got around that. You got somewhere between like 23 and 27 watts. So I used to run my drive slider at 20 to get about 18 to like 22 watts out. Now I've got to run it around 30 or 32 to get the same drive out. So it's definitely a calibration issue. But I've got to pump it more to get more out.
Huh. Give me a damn
on my 7,000, Doug, I don't find it like that. If I set my drive power at 20 watts, it's 20 watts output. If I come up to 25, it's 25 watts. That's how I set it on mine, on my 7,000.
And that's how it was on my 7,000. I'm saying on this one, it's way off. I'm getting 20 watts out right now, and the drive slider is set to 32.
Wow. I got my tune slider setting at 15, and then my drive power at 20. And that gives me 1102, 1149, 1179. You know, I try to run it somewhere around 1200 watts all the time.
Yep. Well, because this thing goes up to like 2.4K, I run legal limit all the time. And I had to boost the input. I had to boost the drive to get the same output from the amp. And then I checked the G2 alone with no amp. And I got to. Now, when I get it to 100, I get about 100 watts out. 105, 98, like right around it fluctuates there. But at the lower power levels, I got to pump it higher. Dominic, were you just saying something?
Yeah, no, I turned around and I said, was that the percentage, the reading that you were giving? And good evening, Art, and W4DOM Freddie.
Good evening, everybody. N4QNT.
Good evening, Art. KB2 UKA.
QQ. VA3KZ. So, Doug, in your setup on the tabs under PA, what are your average numbers? Because I had to tick mine down a little bit. So if you tick down all the numbers on the PA, you can basically customize your tune to be exactly 15 watts and match the 15 on the slider. So it's just a matter of adjusting each number.
Okay, so even with the 7000, I never really played with this. Here's what I'm seeing right now under PA gain. For 80 meters, I'm seeing 50.5. So, wait, hold on. Watt meter. 100 watt meter trim. So it's saying, okay, I don't know what that is. But so if what does it mean that I have 50.5 gain on 80 meters?
The higher the number, the lower the output. The lower the number, the higher the output. So if you want to see numbers like your 7000, you're going to be about 47 to 45 on those numbers.
Interesting. Let me try that. Stand by.
Okay, that's it. That's right. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Good night.
You're here all week. Try the veal.
Oh, man. No, for some reason, Richie increased those numbers. That was a change. I noticed that on the old Thetis, those numbers used to average 43 to 46. Now, for some reason, they're in the 50s.
All right,
Don't fault out your amp. Be careful. Those low values, you'll do like 160 watts into that amplifier. Yeah, that's the way my lawn is. If I go
check. Oh, wow. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay. There we go. All right. So I put it down to 45, and the amp faulted out. Now I'm at 48, and it's pretty much where the 7000 was.
There you go. Perfect. All right. Good evening, everybody. N4QNT at the 10.
KB2 UKA. Should I make all bands 48?
Yeah, you can make them all 48. And then what I like to do is on the drive slider, you know how you hit the right mouse key and you get that red line for your threshold stop? Whatever maximum you want to see out of your amp, make sure you put the red line there so you'll never fault out. And then you can go to your tune, as you know, your tune slider, and set that for a value so you won't hit the amp ever with a high tune. If you ever leave it unoperate by accident, my tune's only going to do 15 watts. So it'll never hit the amp, and that's more than enough to get the PAL Star to react.
Okay, so you set the limit when you right-click to how high you want to be able to go, correct?
Right. If you know your amp on the best bands, some bands vary, you can probably get, out of that amp, your numbers.
So the highest number you want to cap. You just want that red line to be the cap. So you're putting a governor basically on your drive slider.
Very good. Okay. Yep. Well, we got that. We got that going right now. We got that at 20. 20 right now is giving me 20 watts peak out.
Beautiful.
Now, do I have to set that per band?
Yeah, I think it does work per band. So just, your number might vary slightly. I know with this amp on 20 meters, you got to watch out. It's got the most output on 20. So yeah, bands vary on those LD Mosses. But hey, what are we doing here? What the hell frequency is this?
This is the get out of my way frequency.
Oh, somebody's down on 94 or something?
Well, it's just been every night early when Richard's on, Dom, me. It's just they come right up against the bandpass or they come in the bandpass. So we figured no one was here. So let's just get in the middle. And this is the middle.
How the hell do you like me now?
Uh-huh. Hey, Dom, any more visitors?
He's going to be on 96 tomorrow.
Who said what about 96?
K408 said he'd be on 96 tomorrow.
Well, why is that? I mean, aren't they usually on 95?
Yeah.
Well, why aren't they here now? I guess you guys had the frequency first.
Yes, we did.
The frequency first.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's how it works. First come, first serve.
That's what he's saying about 96. He'll be there tomorrow, 96, first come, first serve.
When did he say that?
What's that?
I said, when did he say that? I didn't hear him.
Oh, I'm listening on the second receiver.
Yes.
He's on 39.90.
Oh, good. Maybe they'll move the group to 90, and then we could play 6K.
He blamed it on me being right here, but DJ's the one to come in here first.
I'm the one. I'll take credit for it.
It's always your fault, DJ.
I got broad shoulders. I thought it was Dom's fault.
The old saying that Canadians are nice people and gentle and forgiving. Fuck that.
I just DJ.
Wow. When you got a prime minister like the asshole we have, we're starting to get really pissed off and mean.
Man, I know what I'm getting you for Christmas. A Louisville Slugger.
My mother had her Trump shirt on, Trump hat on, Trump coffee cup today. She was living her best life on her birthday.
Who is that?
It was my mother's 77th today, so we were all over there, and she was dressed in all Trump attire.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time. Good time.
You see those birthday and Christmas cards now? With the Trump at the desk, and you open it up, and it kind of is like a 3D effect, and then it's him talking, saying happy birthday.
Well, I know what I want for my birthday.
Yeah, you can get them on TikTok Shop. The only thing is they might release the COVID virus. You got to be careful.
Yeah, they might be made by libs. You don't know.
So, Dom, any visitors on your site?
Oh, I didn't look.
You gotta look. We have a weapon. We have a secret tool.
Oh, was it something that was posted a little earlier? A bit similar?
Well, Don, we should get this out. We should all have it because it can work in tandem with everybody. If we're being, QRM'd or something drive-by happens, we have a thing on our site where if we're talking, we're doing our deal. Usually, if someone wants to look at our call up first, and then they might come in with a comment or a drive-by, and at least we know pretty much where they're at with an IP address.
Yeah, don't do it on here. Do it on Signal, though.
Yeah, don't. So, yeah, somebody send the instructions.
What? Yeah, them commenters and those one-time commenters, they usually look up your site. You go on your QRZ first.
Oh, definitely. Monitoring and recording.
Oh, I've seen his New Jersey area plenty of times, trust me.
Hey, whatever happened with Frank and that fire back there?
Oh, that's right.
I think they got it out.
Man, that was too close for comfort.
Yeah, well, it spread from Jersey to upstate New York into the Bronx. And it's real bad on Long Island. I've never seen this. You step on a leaf, it disintegrates. It is so dry. We've gotten about a quarter inch of rain in the last 7 to 8 weeks.
Yeah, down here in South Carolina and Florida, they have days that they tell you to burn, and then they tell you there's days that you should not burn. The air quality gets so dry, and the oxygen level's high, and that's it, man. Everything is like flash paper.
Yeah, we have a no burn order. It's on every parkway. Anywhere you look, no burn order in effect.
Last night we watched Unacceptable Fringe. This guy was he was totally pissed off, and so here's just a little snippet. It was an hour and a half long, but anyhow, I'll just post a little wee bit here.
Are you all right? Your voice sounds funny.
He's mad. Any of you guys have the ability to tune into that fight? What is that? Oh gosh, I forgot the kickboxing thing. Dana White's in charge of it. You guys, I think you know what I'm talking about. But it's supposed to be a huge event tonight at Madison Square Garden, and he's welcoming Trump in, and that place should go nuts.
UFC. So wait, Trump's going to be there?
Yeah, UFC. That's it, Doug.
Wow, so you have Jake Paul and Tyson last night, and now a big UFC fight tonight. I guess I know what I'm doing.
How do you watch those things? I guess that is definitely pay-per-view, those fights. I don't think they give those away.
No, well, last night was Netflix, right? That's got it. If you have a smart TV, I'm sure it'll pop up how to buy it.
I mean, when he comes in and gets introduced, that I'm telling you, that is his core base there. That place is going to go nuts, and it's packed to the roof.
I have a 77-inch TV being delivered next Wednesday for this basement.
Oh, man.
I was going to do the projector, and then all my research told me not to do it. So I got a LG QLED 77-inch coming, and then when I get off the radio with you guys, I got to order a surround sound. But that'll be here next Wednesday. I am not going to wall mount it. I've got a low TV stand, like a low-to-the-floor one. I'm going to put it right on top of that.
I never ate a cricket before.
Where'd that come from?
The video DJ sent.
No, I never ate one either, unless it crawled in my mouth while I was sleeping.
I think Richard's arguing. I see his signal down there.
Why's he down there?
I think he's arguing. That's his signal.
I said, you can have it. I walked away. And now you coming up here to start trouble. Are you going to talk down here on 97.5? Or
London, Ontario here, Dominic. It's going bankrupt. They had to let off 2/3 of their employees got
Yeah, they're going at it.
dollars from the liberal Trudeau government to grow these grasshoppers, and so it's there's more money wasted again.
Yeah. So, hopefully you get better. Can only hope. What's going on?
Arguing about what we're doing.
I'm going to tell him he runs wide every damn night. We got to put up with it.
Yeah, I sure hope that's part of the subject, because that's the issue. There's two guys that are so dirty, it's unbearable. And it's about time we start saying something. We've been biting our lips here and just, okay, no problem, just get over it. But it's starting to be aggravating. It really is. I can't enjoy radio because the guy is a knucklehead. He doesn't know how to tune his amp, and he wants the needle buried to the right on every breath.
Exactly. And he'll sound just as good if he put that energy on the frequency where he...
Yes, ignoring. By the way, K4 OL8 prize identification. A little past the 20 because of interference.
KB4 UCB.
We'll just stay here, I guess. And I'll have to get in here earlier at night.
How do you control the volume on the Sub RX? Is it the volume control on the right?
Yeah, when you have the Sub RX, yes, right near the panels.
All right, good. Now I can listen to both of you guys. I can listen up here and down there.
My transmitter.
It's still going?
It's too bad you didn't have like cross-band repeater motor. We could hear it here and talk back.
Same old stuff, Mike. Different.
No, I think Richard, did you make it back up here?
If Richard gets those two guys to agree to clean up their radios, that'd be great.
Yeah, Richard might have signed. I don't know. They might have frustrated him and he got off.
Yeah, I only knew he was down there because I could see the brick. I call it the vertical brick.
So, speaking of crossband repeat, Art, I do not think our radios, the G2 or the 7000, actually can do full duplex, based on something I read on Discord the other day.
Well, I mean, you're talking about opening up both receivers and then having transmit on one frequency and receiving on another if it's on the same band. But are you speaking of transmitting and receiving on another band? Transmit on one band and receive on another.
Well, let's define for this operation here what full duplex even means, right? Does it mean that if I have RX2 open, right, and I'm receiving, let's say I'm receiving 3990 on RX2, and I'm up here transmitting on 997.5. When I transmit, the receive shouldn't shut down. Is that correct if it's full duplex?
It should shut down. It's supposed to block that signal from harming the second receiver, the second independent receiver.
But I thought that's only if you're on the same frequency. I thought if RX2 is on another frequency, if it's full duplex, that should always, for a better term, be on.
Yeah. I'm not well versed with it. I've never experimented or tried it. I know with the Flex you could do it. The Flex Smart SDR. That was a great video a guy did about 6 years ago, how to EQ your own audio doing full duplex, wearing headphones on that one slice while transmitting on another.
Yes, and I've watched that video. That is full duplex. Dom, what's your definition of full duplex?
Being able to transmit and receive at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like a telephone call is full duplex. So I think, Art, if it's truly full duplex, RX2 should not shut down.
I agree with that. Because on the Flex, even though when you do that, it puts out, milliwatts intentionally so you don't harm that second receiver. I think the guy mentioned that's in the video. It only transmits 3 milliwatts or something like that.
Yeah, either that or it doesn't transmit at all if you're in the same band. But if you go cross band, like from here to 40, it'll probably, it works like it should, full power.
Now, like for us, we don't really contest at all. None of us do. We find rare stations and try to work them. But why would we want full duplex? I think it would be for contesting. I think that's the real benefit.
No, not really. It was a mode of transmitting. It's mainly used on VHF. Everything's done up there with 2 radios, a receiver and transmitter, and then a repeater antenna or 2 antennas. So if that's what it's really for, I guess it's not incorporated in my radio. I have split. Now I could transmit on another frequency while receiving on this one, and that's not full duplex though.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, okay. I don't know why everyone gets so caught up on wanting a radio with full duplex.
So I don't know. It would be between 2 people talking because they want to be hearing on one frequency and the other guy be, transmitting on that frequency, and then vice versa, and you can hold a telephone conversation. But it just seems maybe AM or something. I don't know what that would be used for on HF. But like in split mode, you transmit. When you transmit, no matter where you're transmitting, the receiver shuts down just like the radio is supposed to work. And when you're on key, you'll be on the other VFO to receive.
Right. So technically, if we were doing it now, we would never have to unclick the push to talk, and we'd be able to hear all of us.
I don't think it'll work with all of us. It'll work with, it won't work with all of us. There would be
doubling.
2 people. If a third party came in, it wouldn't work right because the third party would only hear half the conversation.
Okay. Yep, I'm understanding now. KB2 UKA, a few seconds before the 30.
And for QNT.
W4 Dylan.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie.
KK4 MZD.
KK4. Was that Mike Zulu Delta?
Oh, well, that's close. It's a November Zulu Delta, like a New Zealand dollar.
All right, Ray. Welcome. This is Doug, KB2 UKA, Long Island, New York. Sounding good up here from Georgia.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Same to you. I operate a Flexa 6400, and the only useful thing I ever found with the full duplex is to receive and transmit your own, to receive your own signal. The one caveat that I think might have been missing here is you transmit on a known good antenna on antenna port 1, but I think what you have to do is you have to receive on the transverter port on antenna 2 on the receive. Over.
Yep, Roger. I had a 6600 for a short period of time, and that's how I would set the audio. Yeah, you have to receive on the transverter input, I believe.
Okay, we'll get something to drink, guys. I'll be right back, and welcome to the other gentleman. W4D1.
All right. It's interesting, though. Flex, unfortunately, misses the boat. They have a great opportunity to utilize that great circuit, with the duplex ability. But unfortunately, they fail in the software department to actually write the algorithm and code to use diversity. True diversity. I'm not talking about the way Mike Walker explains it, which is kind of like a sugar coat. True diversity is using each independent receiver, like the Anon as well, but now you have that phasing tool with the bullseye and a separate antenna hooked up to receiver port only. So a receiver antenna gets hooked up to the back of the radio, and then you could move the mouse and phase out against one antenna to the other antenna to null out man-made noises. But, that radio, the Flex could do it, but they don't want to write the software to do it.
Well, I think the 97 or the 67 and the 66 actually have that, but I don't think it has the thing you're talking about where you can null it. But it does have the diversity receive feature on the flagship unit, I believe. Now, how well it works and all the details, I'm not sure. But yeah, that is one feature that's not on the 6400.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Even on the high-end radio, they call it something. It's like diversity, but it's not true diversity. Like, with that program that's so required, that's what you need. You need to take the mouse, hold the phaser, and then the phaser nulls the signal between the receive antenna and the regular primary antenna. And that's true diversity. So, they used to have it. They had it on their 5000 or 3000 and the 1500 flexes with Power SDR. But they lost it when they wanted to go with their new Smart SDR. But kind of interesting anyway. But, yeah, all good.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That on the 5000A with the little bullseye. Yeah, I know that thing works pretty slick.
I think I'm going to, excuse me. I think I'm going to put a huge 500-foot loop on the ground out in the woods, Art, and get diversity working at this QTH because I don't have it here. But the noise floor is so low. That's been the only motivating factor to not do it. But I think I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, lay it out there as much as you can. Almost like a beverage in a way, but... yeah, just a ground-mounted loop and get that coax to the receive port on the Anon and have at it. That would be an interesting experiment.
Well, it saved me at the old QTH with the vertical. When I finally installed that loop on the ground and used diversity on the Anon, it was night and day. I went from like minus 80 dB noise floor on 80 meters to... like minus 105. It became usable.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to mention I did an experiment with an antenna on the ground. It worked pretty good actually. It's a store-bought Buckmaster. I think it's called the 8-band. It's nearly a 300-foot long off-center fed. And I wasn't using it when I built my dipole, my doublet. I took that antenna down, and I wasn't using it. It was staring me in the face, leaning against the fence out there, all wadded up. So one day I laid it out. Of course, the center section was up about 3 feet on a fence post, but the antenna legs actually went right straight down to the dirt. Both of them laying in the dirt, and I made contact into Europe on that thing. I was able to receive and transmit on it on several different bands. Now, was it the best antenna in the world? No, but the the signal to noise ratio was incredibly good.
Yeah. So when I did the diversity antenna with the loop on the ground. It was because I was on a 43-foot vertical back then, and obviously vertical is going to pick up more noise. Now I'm on a 80-meter doublet with ladder line up at 80 feet, and this thing, I'm in the woods. It's just very, very quiet. But I think for diversity to be the most effective that it can be, I believe everything I've read is that second diversity antenna should have the same or close to the same gain as your transmit antenna. I think, Art, you've heard that too.
Yeah. What I've heard mostly is a lot of guys prefer doing it with a vertical, some kind of a vertical antenna system, and use that as the diversity antenna.
And that was the other thing I was thinking. Instead of laying wire out in the woods on the ground, maybe maybe just put a vertical up in a tree or something and make that the diversity antenna.
Right. Hey, Ray, looking at your site, what year is that? Is that a Firebird?
Yeah, it's a Firebird Trans Am. It's all customized there. It's actually a 79, but it's got a year one front and rear clip on it. So it kind of, when you look at it, you might think it's a 77 or a 78. But yeah, it's a customized 79 Trans Am.
Oh wow, that's the F body.
Yeah, and I've got a big block Chevrolet in it, about 500 horsepower at the flywheel. I'll tell you what, that thing's a handful.
Yeah, it looks like a hearse Vertigate.
Yeah, well, it's a B&M. It's a B&M gate shifter, yeah, with an automatic.
Wow. Ooh, that thing must lift the front tires off the ground going to second.
Oh, it's crazy. Those are the Kumos. I got Kumos on there, and they get really good traction. And yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll just put it to you this way: you better have the steering wheel going straight if you wind it out and slam it into second, because the back end is going to get squirrely.
What antenna are you on now, Ray?
Which what now?
What antenna are you operating on? I see the beam and I see the vertical. Are you on a wire or the vertical?
Yeah, no, I'm actually I'm on a doublet. I'm on a 150 feet of 12 gauge. It's kind of on the sloper. I feed it with a 450 window line. 80 feet on one end and about 60 feet on the other. Yeah, I'm on a doublet, and I'm actually on the bypass mode on it. Don't even have the tuner in line.
They're great antennas. I'm on one. Art's on one. I feed mine with mine's about 135 feet. It's center fed with 600 ohm, and then the ladder line comes down. I've got a legal limit remote tuner out in the woods right underneath it. Unfortunately, that's not a balance tuner, but I've got a 4-to-1 barrel connected to the antenna port, to the PL259 on the back of that tuner. Everything's waterproofed, so I'm doing all the tuning out in the woods.
Hey, Ray.
Very good. Yeah, there was a contact in there. Give it just 1 second. That's the 450. I got about 90 feet of 450 ohm running center fed, like you said. And then I had a 4-to-1 on it for a long time, but I took it out. I just have a 1-to-1 on it right now, and then a short piece of coax coming into the shack, and it's great right here. I mean, I don't have any SWRs. I'm not seeing anything. The amp's seeing 1.0 to 1, and I'm doing just under a kW here. Up here on this part of the band, and I have really good luck on 40 also. Anywhere else, I've got to engage with the tuner, but I have a 1.3, 1.4 all across the general portion of the 40 meter band. But now, if I get down below 3950, then I have to start engaging the tuner. It's the sweet spot on this antenna on this band right here is pretty narrow.
Ray?
Yeah.
Is there an emergency?
No, I just want to ask Ray something.
Go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, Ray, on my QRZ page, my call is Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie, and down the page I have the picture of Steve and John Dornbush's 1968 Firebird. Do you recall when the Summit had their Super Series?
Is it Casey Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Charlie? Is that right?
Kilo Bravo Charlie.
What is it stand for, DJ?
Christine with a K, Barb B, and C. Carol is my wife. So my 2 daughters and my wife's initials.
And it's Victor Alpha 3, Ray.
You got a double.
DJ, give me your full call. I think he's got the prefix wrong.
Wait, you and DJ double. Go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, Victor Alpha 3 Kick Butt Canadian.
Donald on Lombok Shores there. Okay, yeah. What was the question about the Pontiac now?
Yeah, down my page, there's a picture, two pictures of Steve Dornbush's 1968 Firebird. The first year that Summit had that Super Series, Steve won it with that car. So he won a 555 cubic inch rear Morrison engine, $100,000 US, a Buell motorcycle, 2003 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP, and I think a few other things. So we went to the banquet, IHRA banquet, when they were presented that. So I was just wondering if you knew or if you remembered about the Summit Super Series back in the 2000s.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember a lot about that for sure. Yeah, killer picture there. What does that look like? A 72 or 73 maybe? Yeah, that's nice web page or nice QRZ page. Lots of really good pictures.
Yep, it's a 1968 Firebird. And he originally had the 383 stroker in it, and that's what he won the no box class with. And so when after they got the money, they tubbed it out, put the big tires in, put the 555 in it, and beefed up the chassis and everything. So spent a lot of money on it.
W4DO, I think we missed 40.
N4QNT.
KB2 UKA.
KK4NZD. Yeah, that's a beautiful car. I love the color. UKA.
Someone calling me. I got you light up here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Doug, it's Brian. I'm in the cabin. I'm listening to you here in the cabin. I'm out in wet hunting today. I'm out in the cabin. I'm only doing 100 watts here. Portable in the cabin.
Oh, all right. What's up, Brian? You weren't that light that time. You're like, it's weird. Your signal's S9 to 5 over. The audio's just a little light. So you're like 4 by 5 over 9.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it, Doug. No problem. All right, man. Just thought I'd tell you I'm listening to you. We're just got a fire going in the wood stove here and taking it easy.
That's beautiful. DJ probably has a good copy on you. He's closer to you than I am right now, I think. DJ, do you copy Brian?
I hear him, but don't forget I'm on the doublet here, but I do hear him kind of weak. It's a good thing the band is fairly quiet. So just one more thing, though. Just hang on, Brian. Ray, if you where the John Deere 4020 is, where that's me and my grandson, and just below that the year in farming pictures, and you click on the pbase.com Stefanik, I have a whole bunch of pictures from the IHRA national event here at Grand Bend Motorplex, so you can take a look at those pictures as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, I got you in the QRZ here for sure, and we'll take a closer look. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, lots of pictures there on my page and write-ups and stuff, too.
You running an Anon, or what are you running up there?
Yes, it's the Anon 7000 DLE, and the amplifier is the VK3 amp, running 500 watts, and I'm on the 80-meter doublet, which I use for 80 meters, 60, 15, and 10, and then I have a 160-meter resonant antenna up there as well that has an inverted V, and then I also have on the other tower, I have the Mosley Signal Master Super 33, which is the three-element tri-bander, 3 elements for 40 meters, 20, and 17.
Oh, very good. 2 questions about your doublet. How long is it? And do you run a 4-to-1 or a 1-to-1? But how long is the actual doublet?
I think it was 126 feet, if memory serves. And then I have the 4-to-1 Ballon, and then the one. Well, first off, I have lightning and surge protection, and then I have the 4-to-1, and then after that I have the 1-to-1 isolation Ballon, feedline isolation Ballon, and then 37 feet of LMR 400 coming into the shack.
Yeah. One last question, and then I'll be the guy that listens. With that particular antenna and that particular setup, can you bypass the tuner on any section of any of the bands?
10 meters. 10 meters is about the best. I could go without the tuner on 10 meters.
Okay, very good. Yeah, mine works pretty good on 10 too. All right, appreciate the information there, Donald.
Okay, yeah, name Don, but DJ as well. So whatever you want to call me, either Don or DJ is fine.
Okay, DJ. Yeah, you're hitting the 10 mark down here on my doublet.
Welcome back, Richard.
Guys, I'm gonna step. I gotta go cook a quick meal here for myself and the girls. So I'll be back in a few minutes. KK4 and ZD.
All right, Ray, come on back. Richard, did you make it back?
Yeah, I made it back.
Yeah, I was down there listening to you for a second, and then I saw you disappeared.
Copy that, Don.
Good evening, Ray. KG4 WQQ.
Hey, Richard. How's everything going over your way in Alabama?
It's going. I had to get away from the radio a few minutes. I don't know what the slap happened. I got a Charlie horse in my thigh. All I could do was crawl out of here.
No, I hate that when that happens. Man, that's painful, isn't it?
Yeah, in the thigh it is. I ain't never had one there. But I had one attack right there. Woo-wee. I've had them in the calves, but not the thigh.
Do you have a lot of Charlie horses?
No, that's the first one I've had in a long time. I've had them a lot, sleeping in my calf and wake up, but I ain't never had one in my thigh, dude.
Wait, but you get Charlie horses in your legs, though, right? When you're sleeping?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, one of the farmers we watch, Zach Johnson, millennial farmer, he was complaining about getting Charlie horses, so he started taking this Element, LMNT, and he says that's almost eliminated his Charlie horses. So we bought some, and Carol drinks it not every day, but pretty well every other day, and it's pretty well eliminated her Charlie horses.
More sex did it for me.
What did you call that kid, DJ?
Yeah, wait till you get our age. Then all you'll have, Dominic, are memories. Element, it's LMNT. I get it from Amazon, the watermelon flavored one, and I think I got they've got all kinds of flavors, but and I'm thinking Larson Farms may take it as well, but I know Zach Johnson, millennial farmer, he takes it, and it's called LMNT, Element.
Lima Alpha Mike Tango.
That's correct.
I'll look into that and see if I can get rid of them from having them, by George. I'll look into it.
Yeah, Lima Mike Nancy Tango. Yeah, if you just Google LM, just to put in Lima
KB2 UKA.
Then it'll pop up and 0 sugar electrolytes. And 4QNT.
KG4 WQQ.
Hey, Doug, how's my audio up there? Art keeps on making me lower it.
What do you mean, lowering the gain? You're 10 to 15 over. It sounds good. But while the band is quiet, I don't know if you guys are seeing this. The audio levels seem subdued a little bit. Are you guys getting that too?
Everybody sounds grand on the band.
No. Let me go take another Percocet. I'll let you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. And what you said about how sex got rid of your Charlie horses, it worked for me too, but it gave her a load of Charlie horses.
Oh.
Bada bing.
Bada boom.
Enjoy it while you can.
Oh, it's so quiet.
It's very, very quiet.
Yeah, I think you're right, Doug.
I'm noticing that this morning. It seemed like there was more audio in the signal. It seems like there's like a layer or something.
By me, you made me lower it.
I don't know. Richard actually would be the best judge because he's a little bit further away, and he'll tell you if you got that edginess going.
And to XPM.
I don't know. I'm kind of like leaving the bear lie right now.
Norway 2 X-ray Papa Mike.
Oh, wow, a neighbor. Hello, Artie. Artie, this is Doug. I'm in Fort Salonga, KB2 UKA.
KB2 UKA. Into XPM of Western Nassau County. Hello, neighbor.
Howdy. Hope you're doing well and enjoying this dry, cool evening. It was a beautiful day. Obviously, you're sounding good here. I'm on frequency with a bunch of friends. We've got Canada. We've got North and South Carolina and Jersey represented here. So, Artie, I'll pass it around. And let's see how everyone's copying you. DJ, why don't you pick up Artie, N2XPM. Go ahead, DJ.
Yeah, Artie, I hear you. Not the best, but I did copy you there. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to QSY to 160 meters and check in with the guys on 1940 there. So I'll let you guys carry on. And Artie, you can take my spot. The seat's all warm. The gas tank's full. And full package, there's a package of cigarettes here and a case of beer. So you're all set to go. VA3 KBC is going to QSY.
Oh, you don't want to go up to 160. It's too noisy right now. I was just up there. It's way, way too noisy. Don't waste your time. You better off staying here.
I know better.
Better.
I've known 160 for a lot of years, so I know when it gets this time of year that things get nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take over. VA3 KBC QSY.
Hello, everybody. N2XPM. The name is Artie, as my compadre said there on the western part of Long Island. We're over here in Cedarhurst on the western part of Long Island, about a mile and a half southeast of JFK Airport. The quote is November 2 X-ray Papa Mike.
Okay, N2 XPM, I got it now. This is W4DOM, Whiskey 4, Delta Oscar Mike, South Carolina, just north of Columbia. You sound pretty good here. You can use a little bit more audio, but you're coming in about an S9. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. I don't know if I should give you more audio, to tell you the truth. I may use flat top here. I am about 45% on the audio, about a compression of 2 on the 7300. If I give anything more, I don't know. I may not sound all that well to you. Running a ICOM 7300 with an SM30 microphone. Currently putting out close to 600 watts on peaks on the ACOM 1010. Running in a 133-foot end-fed dipole or end-fed random wire, however you want to look at it. Apex 45 feet with an inverted V. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
All right. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm using the 7300 as well. I'm using a little bit of outboard gear and a mic, a different mic. The antenna is a double bazooka. It's up about 35 feet, and I'm running about 900 watts. Go ahead.
Very good. Sound good here in the neighborhood. Yeah, very good. You're about 5'9", a little bit over at times there. I mean, based on where we are.
I got you. All right. Go ahead, Art. If you want to pick it up.
Yeah, good to meet you, Artie. Artie, right back at you, but you can call me Art, like hanging on the wall. And I'm in North Carolina. Yeah, good signal, solid 5.9. I hear your audio, pretty good, coming in great, no problem.
Oh, you gotta be telling me there's another Art out here?
Yeah, that's me, Alpha Romeo Tango.
Oh, man, I tell you, there's not too many of us out here, so, there you go.
Well, there was always Art Collins.
Yeah, but he's gone and done.
And just like that, a light switch went off, Art. And everyone's audio levels just came up. Did you see that?
Yeah, you're 20 over S9. You came up big time.
Yeah, but everyone just... Art in North Carolina, did you hear how loud everyone just got?
Yeah, and you're up to 30 over S9. What are you doing over there?
Mother Nature preamp 1.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see, Artie. Well, considering we're probably only about 35 miles from each other, if that, I'm running legal limit into an 80-meter doublet that's up about 80 feet. And the radio's in a non-G2. So if it was just you and me, I wouldn't be running legal limit, but life's too short for 100 watts.
I'm not running 100 watts, so like you, I'm running about 600 watts at 30 over S9, and there you go. Proof is in the pudding, and the Anon, spectacular. Not in my near future. I'm very happy with my 7300. If anything, if I was to do anything with the ICOMs, I would probably go up to the 7610 or maybe even 7800. But to tell you the truth, the 7300 is just it's a nice little radio.
It's a great radio. I had one when I got back into the hobby in 2020, and I wish I never sold it. It's a great, great radio. KB2 UKA.
All right, KB2 UKA and 2XVM. Yeah, well, I bought the 7300. I replaced the 590S. And I tell you what, the Kenwood 590S was a nice radio. But you know what? You can't go wrong with the 7300. Okay, very much. Enough of me. Who else is out here?
I don't know. Ray, you still out there? And what about you, Richard?
Make some food or something with the kids.
Yeah, I'm cooking.
All right, Ray. So, Artie, you got Ray in Georgia, and Richard, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time pulling him out there, Doug.
Yeah, Artie, Richard in Alabama is having a little hard time hearing you. Let's see. Hold on one second. Brian, are you still listening?
Yeah, we're still here, Doug.
You got a copy on Artie in Cedarhurst, New York?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like I said, I'm up in the mountains here, but I can hear you.
Is he on a walkie-talkie?
He's running. I think he's running portable at a cabin. Artie, do you copy him?
Yes, I copy him, and I am. I think I can adjust a little bit more. I'm doing peaks about 600 watts on the amplifier. I'll give you a little bit more and see if that helps.
Yeah, okay. I got a 7 on you. The band's quiet, or at least my antenna is, but the wind is really whipping up here. I'm up here in the Adirondacks. It's the Lake Placid, New York. I'm up in my cabin here. My son and I were out hunting today. So yeah, we thought we'd warm up by the fire and turn the radio on.
You have snow up there yet?
Yeah, we've had snow here. We had snow last month. We had what was it?
Paul would say, a tuna.
But nothing right now lately. It comes and goes.
Yeah, well, hopefully some of that comes down here because we are at like 2 months of a 1/4 inch of rain. This whole island's ready to go up in flames, Brian.
Yeah,
Well, we're in trouble.
I see that, Doug. I've seen it. I've kept track of that. That's terrible. But no, we're in a drought too. It's dry all over the place. You know, my brook at the house, by my house, it's almost dried up, and it's never dry.
I'm an avid cigar smoker. Every night I'm out there smoking a cigar, I'm like extra careful with the ash because it's that bad down here, man. Like if a random ash goes flying, the whole woods are going up.
Yeah,
You don't want to be on the news.
We have to, you know, on the weekends we're at the cabin here, and
At least not for that reason.
The ashes from the wood stove, we put them out outside in a fire pit, and then we
Yeah, he's light on me too.
sure that they're out.
All right, Roger. I'm going to throw it around here. Obviously, Brian, some of the guys south of Long Island are having a hard time hearing you. But you're sounding good down here. A little light, but Q5, I'm hearing everything. Dominic, have you had rain down there?
Yesterday, none today.
So it looks like Thursday we're supposed to get, I think, substantial rain. We need at least a couple of inches.
Oh yeah, to soak up that ground from being so dry. Yeah. No, we're still damp here. Man, when are they gonna call these house races? There's only like 3 of them lingering.
Yeah, they're trying to cheat to not give him a supermajority. They just want him to have a majority.
Well, it looks like he's got Iowa, one place in Iowa, one place in California. That should put us at 220. We're at 218. So, I mean, just release it already.
Probably more funny business that they're great at that.
Dom, have you seen these videos being released after that UFO hearing they had earlier in the week? Did you see the infrared video of allegedly that Malaysian flight that disappeared? And there was an infrared video of 3 orbs circling it, and then pow, a burst of energy and the plane's gone. Did you see that?
Oh, no. We got another station trying to get it.
If there's another station there, go ahead.
Good evening there. This is Manny, Kilo Charlie 4, Mike November Echo in Southwest Ranches, Florida. I've heard you before on YouTube there, Doug, KB2UKA. So it's nice to finally make your acquaintance on the air.
Manny, I know your name. I don't know if I've seen you or heard you on a YouTube video or just spoken about, but very nice to meet you. Are you friends with Captain Darren?
No, I know who he is because I've seen him on YouTube as well, but I don't know him.
All right, Roger. Well, you're sounding great up here. I don't know. There's like a blanket on everyone's audio a little bit. The propagation's weird. Everyone's got strong signals, but it sounds like the volume's turned down on everyone's audio, but just not booming in like we normally like to hear. But your audio sounds great. Looks like I wasn't looking, but it looked like you had like a nice 3.6K pocket. What are you running?
I'm running 3.3 and a non-7000 with a little bit of outboard gear.
Way over here, he's 40 over. Hello, Manny. We talked before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
Oh boy, we got Darren in there. Manny, why don't you pick up Dom quick? You're 40 over to him in South Carolina. Go ahead, Dom.
All right, yeah, it's working. Hang on a second there. Yeah, Manny, how you doing, man? Big signal here. This is Dominic, W4DOM, and I'm in just north of Columbia, South Carolina on Lake Watery. Good.
Yeah, you got the best signal here for me today. You're about 25 over. And I guess Darren just got in there remote. I guess he's using his brand new Flex 8600 that he just unboxed, a week ago?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Darren.
Airport operating remote control on the I-10 over.
I would imagine, Darren, you are on your new 8600 that you unboxed about a week ago?
QSL, that's affirmative. That is correct. Over.
It sounds pretty good. You got to hand it to Flex. They are the king of remote. At least today, that could change in the future. I had a 6600 But I sold it before the 8600s came out because I figured that once the 8600s hit the street, the price on the 6600s was going to go through the floor. And I really never used it since I had the Anon.
Same thing here.
You guys operating 4K? I just went 4K wide right now.
Yeah, most of us are at 4.
Alright, sounds good. I'm at 4 now.
Yeah, good evening to you, Manny. This is Art, N4QNT in North Carolina. Moved up here in 2007 from Hollywood, so you're pretty much way out to the west, north, so from my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, I'm not that much north because I'm off of Griffin Road, but I am all the way west because I'm 10 blocks from the Everglades and US 27, so I'm as west as you can go pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I know it very well. Grew up down there 5 decades. So, yeah, you're pretty much at that threshold where they're not allowed to build any more west. I guess it'll be all up in arms, all the alligator people. So they don't want you going any more west of 27. But, oh, my goodness, yeah. So, yeah, you're sounding good. Nice signal up here.
You have a nice signal as well. You're about 20 over.
All right.
So Manny, what are you using for outboard gear? Because even at 3.3, you sound great.
Well, the microphone that I have... Hold on, I forgot the name of this thing. I got to look at the box.
See, that's why you sound great. I don't know what the hell I'm using either.
A Telefunken?
No, it's an Earthworks. Earthworks is the manufacturer, but I forgot which one of the mic fails. Let me look on YouTube. I don't know where I put the box.
I know. I think Darren knows. Darren, what's that mic? That nice. What do you call it? The the condenser mic. That new one.
It's the Ethos. ETHOS. Earthworks Ethos. And that's going into a Behringer 1273 KT tube preamp, which is let's call it a duplication or inspired by a Neva preamp, and then that goes into also a Clark Technique 2A KT compressor, and I have an older Behringer little echo box in with a little bit of plate, and from there it goes into the an Aphex Studio Dominator 2, and then into the radio.
Man after my own heart, a true rack. Sounds great.
Yeah, I gotta say, I played with the VSTs before, but I end up playing with them, and then, I just like the feel of the old-fashioned stuff, so I never stick with the VSTs.
I went from a mediocre rack to all digital, DAW, VST host, Apollo UAD interfaces, and now I am back probably for the last, 7-8 months on a full analog tube rack. It's Bellari preamp, then a Behringer Multicom Pro just for the gate, then a Bellari multiprocessor, so it's a little bit of compression, low and high end exciter, then an EQ, which right now it's just a graphic EQ that's getting replaced. I had something modified that'll be here next week, a tube EQ, then a Bellari tube compressor, then the Aphex 204, then the DEQ 2496, but only for the multiband compression, and then a virtualizer. And then the rack terminates into a PreSonus audio interface, and then I VST the audio into Thetis.
Yeah, I go into Thetis with a Motu interface, into Voicemeeter Potato, because I use that to mix everything, and then Thetis is connected to the Voicemeeter Potato using the CM audio.
Yep, you can do that too. I opt to do because for the streaming, which I'm streaming right now. I don't know if that's how you saw us here, but I use 2 sound cards. So I have the rack go into sound card 1. And then sound card 1 is what I'm telling Thetis to listen to. And then sound card 1, I come out of the output of sound card 1 into sound card 2. And that's what I tell OBS to listen to. So that's how I get the receive and the vocal audio into OBS.
Hey guys, I uploaded a clip of all of you talking on Rumble.
I didn't see you come up yet.
It's still uploaded. Manny, I got you in there too, but I don't have. I need your call sign. I can email it to you if you're good on QRZ.
I think I'm good on QRZ, but my email is my call sign, Kilo Charlie 4 Mike November Echo at gmail.com.
Okay.
Hey, Manny, I'm just curious. Do you know an operator down there in South Florida? His name is Paul Zapula, KA4WHT.
No, I don't know him.
I just figured I asked. Just, a longtime friend, just, down there. All right, just wondering.
Doug, Bellari went out of business. They don't make that stuff anymore, right?
Not like this. I don't think they're fully out of business. I think they're... Hold on. Because they make these red boxes now. Oh no, yeah, I think you could still find some of their new crap. But all my stuff is bought used, vintage. And my microphone is a Rode Classic tube mic. It was made in 1991. They don't make this one anymore. It's when Rode used to make everything they're an Australian company. They used to make everything in Australia with Australian-built parts in the 90s. Now everything's made in China that they assemble. Bellari. I just want to see. Yeah, they're out of business. Their newer stuff, though, that's easy to find, they're all like red boxes. But this is a Bellari. Oh, my God. What the hell is it? The RP520. Everything is tubes. The only thing in the rack that's not tubes is the Aphex 204, the 2496, and the virtualizer. And then I replace all the tubes with the RCA Command 5751s, which, I don't know. That's what the purists say to use, so that's what I put in there.
Yeah, I'm on the Bellari site now. They make these little teeny-weeny boxes, but that's nothing like the old gear they used to make.
Right, and that's what I'm using. I'm using the old gear. The preamp, the multiprocessor, and the tube compressor.
Hey, Manny, I'm sending it. It's going to come to you as a Google Drive link because it's 39 megabytes.
No problem. I'll take a look at it once I'm out of here.
I'm going to get a refill, guys. I'll be right back. W40.
Joker said he generally owned $39.95, but they had some QRM and he had to go down there.
Oh, you mean they had to do what you're supposed to do? If somebody's on frequency, they had to not transmit there.
Yeah, he's steadily blaming me, Doug, you know. He don't like me. I don't like him because he splatters. Don't nobody like him because he splatters, but that's beside the point, and he don't like it till I go up there and say something to him about it.
Listen, even it just comes down to not being an ass, right? Because, but you know, before I took my 7-year ham radio break, I didn't have a pan adapter. I didn't have, I had what was my last radio before I came back? An ICOM 7000 and an AL 811. Okay? If somebody told me I was splattering, I tried to fix it. And if somebody told me that I'm in their bandpass, I moved the dial. And it just, that's common courtesy. Now, if I'm 4K wide and there's nobody below me or above me or whatever, and they decide to come, a KC below me, that's on them.
Yeah, I understand what you said too, Art. I heard you. And they're making plans. I done listened enough. I'm tired of listening. They're making plans to be on 3995.5 upper sideband.
Well, I hope to be around for that, because this was an empty frequency when DJ got here.
Well, it's like I said, DJ is the one to come in here, ask for the frequency, give his call, and I come back to him, and I got blamed for it, but I'm not blaming DJ. I mean, hey, the frequency was not in use, and you can't sit on a frequency and just give your call every 10 minutes and expect to hold the frequency. And you can't guard a frequency. That's against the rules.
Here they come. Here, I hear it already.
Somebody was pulling it up all at the top of the band. You see that?
Yeah, and it was coming down here. I saw it. But anyway, Manny, yeah, the Bellari stuff, it's really great. You gotta trick your way into finding them. If you find them from ham radio guys, most of them are voodoo modified. Mine are. They're gonna charge, they're gonna want like $650 for a preamp. You gotta go to these Facebook Nashville, Tennessee music pages with all audio gear. There's like a few Facebook pages where it's Nashville musicians selling their old rack gear. And you could find the Bellari preamps for like $200 used, $250. And then you can modify it if you want, or you don't even have to. You could buy new tubes and replace the tubes in it. That's a big modification right there. And that's what I did. So I bought the pieces slowly over a few years when I would find them.
You find music. I'm better off not finding that. I just end up buying way too much stuff. I don't even want to know where to get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on those pages that's like, oh wow, that's extremely overkill. No one's gonna hear the difference. Let me buy it.
Exactly. Talking about tubes, I had a box of tubes in the shed that had come from a friend of mine that was a Silent Key, and it had been there for years. And I went looking. I needed a 12 AX7, a little audio tube for a tube amp that I use for my receive audio. And I went back there, and I have a ton of those tubes, and brand new in the box, GE and Amprex ones, and it's a gold mine. I went to see what they want for one of those tubes at the Tube Depot. Those guys that sell tubes, they want $100 for one of those GE tubes. I probably got $4,000 worth of tubes in that box.
Yep. All you have to do, Manny, is you got to get yourself a good tester and take a picture of the test results and then mark it with a Sharpie on the tube. And then you can advertise them as testing well, and yeah, they'll pay up for them.
N4QNT.
KG4WQQ.
KB2UKA.
KK4NZD.
KC4MNE. And I have 2 tube testers here, which I think I haven't used in 15 years.
What was you going to say?
No, I don't want to sell. I don't want to sell anything. I'm a hoarder.
No, I was going to make mention about this today's conflict, and it's been brewing, and none of us really want to say something, but we're going to have to say something. At some point, the two operators on 95 that intentionally bury their needle to the right on every breath they take, that's what has to be adjusted. If they can just find a way to come back on the dry power a little bit, lose 37 watts, the sky's not going to fall. People are still going to hear you. If you lose about 40 watts on the input drive of your amp, you'll greatly clean up the signal. And then we won't get aggravated by all the IMD and the splatter. And there's two guys that are flat topping, but they want to run balls to the right and instigate and irritate because they intentionally do it. And that's why they're running everything to the right. So until they can calm down a little and just come back 60 watts, everything will be nice.
I have to agree with that. I've seen the one gentleman on 40 meters, and he runs a clean signal. He's not doing all that. He only does it when he gets up here.
I remember the first few interactions with them. And in fact, I think one of the first ones might have been me and Dom, where we asked them politely to try to clean up their bandpass. And then I remember it never got better. I stopped going down there. And then they started telling you, Richard, right, that you were splattering down there?
Yeah, told me I hear you splattering, and I don't see how they hear me splatter because I'm running pure signal, and I've even watched on the SDR on the web, and I've checked it with you, I've checked it with Art, I've checked it with Dominic. I did come in here one night on a Lenco radio, and Dominic said, "No, Richard, that ain't going to work."
Right. No, you're clean as a whistle. You're always clean as a whistle.
Yeah, you're minus 63 in the third order. I mean, you're laying down razors on both sides. I intentionally go to 95 and listen right at the band edge, and I don't hear a peep, and you're 30 over to me. And then, of course, I go up the band. I take the pass band and go to 400 and not one peep. So, I mean, it's just either their receivers are wide open and they're listening into the pass band. That's on them. But, I mean, you are clean as a whistle.
Well, I've talked to Rick, but he's not here anymore. He run off. But I've talked to him, and he's told me that, if you're running an ICOM or a Yazoo radio and you're running a noise blinker and all that on there, you're going to hear the wonk, wonk, wonk. And I've talked to other guys, and they said the same thing. If you're running an ICOM radio and you got the noise blinker on, and you're going to hear something like somebody's splattering you or wonking on you, and the best thing they can do is turn their noise blinker off, and you won't hear it. So, it's just the thing of the operators have to learn their equipment and learn how to work it to get it where it'll be clean and not interfere with anybody else.
Well, if they plan on playing upper sideband whenever, they're definitely, those guys are dirty. They're way past 4,000, so they might want to rethink their little devious plan. Side is energy going up the band, plus they're splattering to boot. They're going to end up at about 402. And Riley will definitely see that. I mean, that video and audio will be sent to him directly.
You guys got to let me know if it happens and I'm not on the radio, and if I'm home, I'll try to run down here and turn YouTube on.
Yeah, put YouTube on to date it. That's right, timestamp it.
But if it's going to be tomorrow night, I should be around.
What do you think about it, Tom?
I was listening to the recording. What?
That's all right.
Think about what?
Well, I mean, this is we're kind of doing here. I didn't know. I don't know. I just showed up here. You guys were already here. I thought this was part of the thing that was talked about coming here.
Yeah, he needs to. Like you said, there's two guys down there. They need to just adjust the radio, and we don't have to have all this grease. It's just two guys. The rest of them down there don't do it.
Well, you know, he says I go down there, and he says I'm coming down there to create trouble, and I'm QRMing them, and I'm corming them, and this and that and the other. You know, and I'm just telling him like it is, and then he makes a comment, so that's all right, we'll just talk over him. Well, you know, that's a rule breaker right there, because you're not allowed to key up and talk over somebody intentionally. That's in the FCC rules and regulations.
Well, with that being said, what he needs to realize is we're up here, he's down there, and we're going to have to get along. We don't do it to them. He needs to stop doing it to us. And the rest of them guys down there ought to let him know. Say, look, we won't get this kind of grief if you just clean your radio up. He's not going to lose any signal. There's no reason for him to run like that.
Station, you wanna give your call sign? We're live on YouTube, KB2 UKA.
Good amateur receiving and transmitting down there, and they wasn't good amateur radio operators, so they let one guy run it for everybody. You know, but splattering like that. And did it help? No, it didn't help.
Right.
K-E-8-T-T-U.
How you doing, Dave?
Not too bad. Sounds like some frustrations are going on tonight.
Hello, David.
All right, I'm on 73 the frequency, y'all.
How about you?
Two things song, but
It's all DJ's fault.
ready. Get out there. Go home. I'll just take it easy.
All right, Darren was in there with you, Dave. Hang on a second, Dave. What did you say there?
73, 10-4 VFR.
Oh, you getting off?
Yeah. Going home.
Oh, you flying tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to be riding home.
What, driving?
I'm going home in 4 VFR.
Goodbye. We'll talk to you later.
All right, later, Darren. Take care.
Safe flight, Darren.
I posted a video. That's Manny's latest video. He put it up there. You can hear his audio. That's how he sounds like. I forgot his nationality. I think Cuban? Cuba? I forgot. In Fort Viewport.
Yeah, he has great audio. All right, 7-3, Darren. Take care. KB2 UKA. And hello, David.
Hello, Doug. Long time no hear. Good to hear you in there.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hope you're well. Hope the family's well.
Yeah, not doing too bad. Just gotta work through it, you know what I mean?
Yep, we're not given choices. We just got to deal with it, unfortunately. But yeah, everything's good here. Good as it could be.
Everybody's sounding good here tonight. Nice quiet evening again on the radio, and the static is low. Kind of makes for a nice listening, talking session.
Yes, good evening, Dave. Good to hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Dave. I'm sorry.
That's all right, Rich. Good evening, Art. And then, I just lost my memory there for a second.
Richard.
Yeah, Richard. I was thinking of something to say to you, Richard, but, yeah, dude, you're going to get an ulcer worried about them guys.
No, I ain't gonna get one. I mean, I'm just gonna overlook it like everybody else has been doing.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I know you probably get a lot more of it than we do up here. I get a bleed over problem every now and then, but not sure what all happened tonight. But at least everybody's here and enjoying each other.
Yeah. Well, it's like this. A friend of mine always used to say, you can't fix stupid, but you can solve it with a 23-cent solution.
or a 40 caliber.
Well, that's 23-cent solution.
I guess my 226 is $1 solution.
Yeah, have you guys bought any ammunition lately?
W4 Dior, I'm at 30.
KEG4 WQQ.
KB2 UKA.
N4 QNT.
Oh, we got 2 satellites hanging overhead the Midwest. The ISS is going to be here in about 37 minutes. Get me another slow scan picture.
And just real quick, I heard a voice. Was it Kilo Alpha 4 Victor something?
That's close. Kilo Echo 4 Victor Alpha Mike. Good evening, gentlemen.
All right, good evening, good evening. I hear you pretty good. Well, the band's a little funky tonight. It's in and out, but coming in about 5'9", a hair over into North Carolina.
You're 20 over here in Kilo Yankee. Let me get your call sign so I can put something in the book. I just heard you guys talking, and somebody said 23-cent solution. I laughed and said, I don't think you can do that nowadays for 23 cents.
I got to speed up my AGC to hear some of these guys tonight.
Give me a call sign again. I'm sorry, I was busy laughing.
All right, it's November 4, Quebec, November Tango, QNT.
Got it, brother, got it. Is this just a formal group that I interrupted, or, like a man, or what?
No, just ragged you.
Leave $5 in the jar on your way out.
Like I said, you're 20 over here, so I don't know why I'm not making it any better than that, but that's okay. I'm making it.
You're 4x8 into Long Island, New York. This is KB2 UKA. You copy?
Thank you. You guys
Sorry. Go ahead, Art.
No, I said if I'm 20 over and you're saying you should be 20 over, I'm just curious, what kind of an antenna do you have?
No, I didn't mean to imply that. No, I'm tickled to death. I'm just making it. No, I only have an all-center fed dipole. I'm tickled to death. I'm just making the trip.
Where are you located?
Kilo Yankee, Kentucky, right where Ohio and West Virginia joins up with Kentucky.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, you're about 5 over S9 here in South Carolina. And most of these guys is running 1,000 watts. Are you running any power?
Yeah, a couple hundred watts, that's all.
I got you. Yeah, it might be the difference.
Oh, okay. Makes sense now. All right, yeah, just wondering.
Let me see if I can work them.
It's compromised station, but I'm just glad to get out on 80 meters here. Well, actually, we're on 75 meters. But yeah, I'm just glad to be able to get out on it. I don't use this part of the spectrum too much. Once in a while, I like to jump down here and try it. So it's working.
Sure is. Go ahead, Doug.
All right, Kilo Echo 4, Victor Alpha Mike. This is KB2 UKA, Long Island, New York. You're right above my noise, but I'm wondering if you're copying me. Over.
Excellent copy on you, brother. I mean, armchair copy here.
All right, Roger. Well, I've got you like 4x8, 4x8, 4x9. I can pretty much make out everything you're saying, no problem. And yeah, this is not a net, just a bunch of friends getting together, shooting the breeze. But yep, you're making it up to Long Island. I'm 50 miles east of New York City. I'm about a mile from the Long Island Sound on the North Shore.
Okay, Doug. Yeah, you're killing it here. It's fantastic. You guys, I'm sure, have been at this a whole lot longer than me. I've only been on HF for about a year and a half now. And it's a compromise. It's all center fed dipole. It's compromised. But, I'm just glad to be able to join in.
Yeah, James, don't forget to renew your license. They expire soon.
Yeah, that's going to be fine from what I've heard. I've heard that is a real thrill to get through that now. I do have that coming up. I think in January, if I'm not mistaken. I've got about 2 months left, so I better get on that.
Yeah. The call here is Kilo Golf 4, Whiskey, Quebec. The name is Richard, and we're down here in Alabama.
Okay, so far I've logged in Art and Doug, so I said we can get you in that, Doug. And by the way, all three of you guys took an absolutely wonderful copy on this.
Yeah, well, I've got you at 5x9. I mean, it's good copyable and legible.
Okay, Rich. I'm glad to hear that at least we're able to get in there. Like I say, I never expected it to be that great, but just the fact that it works, that's good enough for me right now.
Yeah, I stepped out for a minute. I didn't catch your name and call sign, but I'm over here at Southwest Ohio. You're about 5 over here. Name here is Dave, Delta Alpha Victor Echo. Call is Kilo Echo 8, Tango uniform.
Okay, I got that one too. Southern Ohio, you ought to be just across the river from me.
Yeah, I'm over Cincinnati, about 10 miles north of Cincinnati.
Okay, you are in Southern Ohio, but you're not in part of Southern Ohio. I was thinking, yeah, okay, you're a couple hours from me. But yeah, okay, good copy on you. All four of you gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty close, but yeah, you're coming in pretty strong here as far as signal goes, about 510 over.
All right, I'll take it. That sounds great to me.
Hey, Rambo.
Yeah, that's what I go by. Most people just call me Rambo.
I know. I see it on your QRZ. Well, yeah, I see if you go to your QRZ page and you click on the detail tab, then you go down there and it says license expires soon. There's a shortcut right next to that. And if you don't want to deal with all the pain and agony and all that, we got to go through hoops now to try to do it ourselves on the URL system. The guy does it for $80. It's a W5YI license now, and the shortcut's right there. And you click on that. I guess FCC gets 35 and he gets 45, and he'll do everything for you.
That's what I'm going to use in 30 days.
I have heard nothing but nightmares about this. What a hassle it can be. Wow, W, Whiskey 5, Yankee, India. I've got that wrote down.
Well, it's on your page. So all you got to do is click on details on your QRZ page and then go down to the red bold print where it says ending soon or expiring, and then a shortcut is right next to that.
Just as soon as I log in, Kilo Echo 8, Tango uniform, I'm going there.
Okay, you said this is your Rambo Kilo Echo 4 Victor Alpha Mary, correct?
That's right.
I had just sent you an email today. You sent me for confirmation from the other night we talked, but I didn't write the time down, so I couldn't acknowledge it. If you have that UTC for that time, I can confirm that. I sent you an email earlier. I don't know if you got it or not.
What's your call?
Not as of right now, but I haven't checked my inbox
I'll
in
post
2 hours. Hang on a second. I'll go to that just as soon as I get him logged in, okay?
Copy that. Yeah, I think it was from whenever the 13th was, we had talked, and I didn't have the computer on at the time, and I wrote it down except for the time.
You're a good man. I'm almost finished. I'll move right over there and start it. I'll give you that information you need.
Copy that.
Look at that. It's a small world.
Yeah, I am. Wow. Yeah, didn't you? Okay, I just something. I'm going to go to my office.
Oh, I already logged them. That was the other day when we were all out here.
Yeah, was that the 13th?
I think so. Let me take a look. Yeah, it was the 13th at 02:30.
Okay, who was it just requested that additional information? I know I asked somebody to confirm it, but who was that?
It was Kilo Echo 8 Tango uniform.
Right on. Okay.
This is KB2 UKA. We a minute past the 40. They're trying to get into the band pass here. We need some loud signals.
KK4 and ZD.
W4 DOM at 40.
KG4 WQQ.
N4 QNT. N4 QNT. QNT.
And Art, you won that one.
Hey, Dave, I've got that information if you want it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, we had PQS on. The first was 24/11/17 at 0141 Zulu time. And the second one was 2024/11/13 at 0203 Zulu time.
Copy that. I'll go ahead and get it put in. The first one I couldn't do because it was the 13th, and the one I got from you through QRZ. But I didn't have the right time, so it wouldn't let me, go through the confirming it. So I'll go ahead and get that taken care of.
Nice cool evening. Got the windows open, paddle fans on. Beautiful night.
It's 50 degrees here. Guys, I think I'm going to call it a night. I got to go upstairs and do some things. It was a pleasure, and I'll catch all of you in the morning. This is KB2 UKA going QRT 7-3.
Man, just when the
You're
band
going
is
too soon,
changing
man.
your favor. All right, Doug, have a good night. W4 DOM.
Radio bully. Have a good one. I got 46 degrees. KG4 WQQ.
All right, Doug. Hopefully catch you tomorrow. KE8PP.
All right, Doug. Whenever that time comes and that decision's made and that Mike's going to go down the road, I'll be the first one in line. 7-3 from N4QNT.
Oh, you like it? That's good. That means it's working. And all you guys came up in the last 2 minutes. You're all 20 over. All right, 73. KB2 UK clear.
Where everybody going? KG2MM.
Oh, wow. 15 over.
Monster,
You're
Mike.
scaring them off, Mike.
Oh, man.
What a boy.
Good evening, everybody. All right, Doug, we'll catch you later. 73.
All right, hi and bye, my friend. KB2 UK really clear. Take care.